Hey guys, what's going on? It's Tyson here, and today is part 4 of the 5-part series of why you're still weak and how to get stronger. Now, if you haven't seen the last 3 episodes that I've put out, you can click here, here, and here. So make sure you watch those too, because all 5 of these videos are going to be important. And if you miss out on any of these, well then you're not going to make the progress that you want to make in the gym and to actually improve yourself as a person, right? So in lesson 1, I went over your workout, what you could be doing wrong, what you can improve, what you should be working on. Number 2 is all about your nutrition, what you should be eating, times you should be eating, foods you should be eating, all those type of things, alright? Number 3 was about your recovery, your rest, your sleep, making sure you tailor everything towards yourself, making sure you're getting what is ever optimal for you. And today, number 4 is all about your motivation and your environment. So this one's really key, because a lot of us lose motivation in the gym. You might just be getting into it and you might be still going hard, it might be your first 3 months or 6 months or a year or 2 years, and you might just love the feeling of training. And that's really how I was when I first started. My friend and I, this is the story, we actually decided to go to the gym because we want to look good to pick up girls. We saw the footy players doing it at school, and they were doing gym all the time. We're like, oh, let's just go to the gym, let's just get really jacked and ripped. And we were just keen, we were just committed to push through, go hard, and just try and look as good as we can every day. We were committed to going to the gym. It doesn't matter that we didn't know what we were doing, we were just committed. And we had the motivation because we had each other to keep each other motivated. But you might be at that sticking point where you might be losing motivation. You might not have the right training environment. You might not be seeing results, all these type of things, and that's when we start to change our mindset. Then we get into the quitting mindset, we get into the mindset we always question ourselves, we're always like, should I do this, should I do this, I don't know, And this is where we need to really increase our motivation. So, let me tell you another quick story. When I started losing my motivation, it's because I started becoming the strongest fish in my pond. The biggest fish in the pond. And you guys know the story, if you're the biggest fish in the smallest pond, you've got nowhere to grow because you're the biggest, you've got nothing else to do. You're thinking you're so much better because you're better than everybody else. This is what started happening to me in my previous gym. I used to squat heavier than 90% of the guys there. I used to deadlift heavier than squat, bench and deadlift. I was one of the strongest guys on average in the gym, and I'd always walk around. I thought I was big because I was like, I can outlift him, I can outlift him. Oh, he might be bigger than me, but I can outlift him. And then when I started training for competitions and I went to a real powerlifting gym where real people lifted real weights, really heavy, I was like, holy shit, it was a whole nother realm, and it just kicked me back down notches. And I was like, I've got to train heavy, I've got to train hard, I've got to catch up to these guys. These guys are lifting heavy, these guys are pushing themselves. And I was just like, it was just such a mind-blowing experience, because when I started training out of the gym, all of a sudden I started making more progress, because my goal was to catch up, to not be the weakest guy in this gym anymore, because I've gone from being this big fish in a really tiny pond to going to about this big and just feeling like, a little speck on this, because there are guys lifting there 200 kilos, deadlifting 200, 300 kilos, and I'm like, holy shit, I've got to step my game up really hard. And until you get in that environment, you're not going to have that motivation to push yourself harder. If you want to become the strongest version of yourself, the first thing I recommend is getting someone who's stronger than you to train with you, or finding a gym that's going to support your goals. It doesn't matter if you're in CrossFit, doesn't matter if you want to do bodybuilding, doesn't matter if you want to do strength, be a better football player, whatever. Surround yourself with better people, because then that's going to force you to step up onto the next level. It's going to get you motivated, because once you're the biggest fish in the smallest pond, you're happy. You're like, I'm the biggest, I don't need to do anything. You're at the top of the ladder. You know what you need to do? Climb another ladder and start back down the bottom. That's what's going to get you motivated. That's the first thing you can do. Number 2 on motivation is having a training partner. Training partners are really important, and it's something that I lack out on a lot, because some of us can train alone. Some of us, you can just get in your zone, put your headphones in and push it hard. But having a training partner or a personal trainer is really important to sometimes help with the motivation. Some days you just come into the gym and you're like, oh my god, I just do not want to do anything today. I feel really shit. You might have had a bad day at work. You might have, a death or something might have happened in the family. Anything could have happened. All these life stresses. And it's so easy for you to go, I'm not going to go to the gym today. This is where we start losing our progress. But if you've got someone who's going to hold you accountable, who's going to give you a phone call if you're not there, who's going to be like, "Oi, Tyson, are we training today? We've got chest. Come on, I want to see you here. Like, you know, I need to spot things like that." It's going to be good. It's going to be someone to pull you forwards when you're down, and then you're going to be able to pull them forwards when they're down, right? If you can't get yourself a training buddy, get yourself a personal trainer. It's not hard. Yeah, it's a little bit expensive, but ever since I got a personal trainer like my coach, I've gained way more. Like, you know, I've made so much more progress because there's someone I can talk to about my problems. There's someone who can see my weaknesses and see where I need to improve. There's someone who's there. I'm paying them to pick me up. If I'm having a shitty day at work, and I go in there, and they're just like, "All right, Tyson, this is what you're doing today. You're lifting heavy. You know, get your mind out of it. Put your mind, everything in what you've got into there." And you just come feeling so much more better out. Like, you just feel so much more better after the session because you're like, "Wow, that was a really good session. I really pushed through it," and they know what to do for you. So that's number 2. Get yourself a training buddy or get yourself a personal trainer. But the thing is about the training buddy, they don't actually have to be in the same routine as you either. You could be a bodybuilder and you could have a powerlifting friend or a crossfitting friend. But if they're there on the same day to get you into the gym, to talk to you if you need help, to spot you, like, you know, just all that motivation, because that means someone else is relying on you. Someone else wants to see you there because they're like, "I want to see Tyson." Like, you know, Tyson's got to be here because we're going to encourage each other. If I'm having a shit day, I want to rely on someone. If they're having a shit day, you pull them up to your level. That's really what you want to focus on. Having somebody else to pull you up when you're feeling down and for you to be able to help other people, because that's the only way you're going to be able to grow when you don't have that motivation. Number 3 is more about the mindset, and it's the not quitting mentality. A lot of us have this thing where if it gets too hard, we want to quit. You know, we want everything easy, we want everything now, okay? I want to be squatting 300 kilos yesterday. I want to be deadlifting 500. I want to be the world record lifting, like, you know, champion of something, right? But it's going to take time. And you know what the biggest thing is? We want to quit because it takes us too long. You want to get in the mindset of not quitting. As Louis Simmons used to say, the biggest thing is that people want to quit. If you're not going to quit on that last rep, it's going to be hard if you quit next time. Because otherwise, if you're like going to go, "Oh, I can do one more rep," nah, I'm not going to worry about it, stuff it. I'm just feeling pretty slack today. You're going to start quitting in other things in your life. And it's not just going to be the gym. This is going to carry over to other areas of your life. Let's say at work, if a project is too hard, I'm just going to put the project off. I'm not going to work hard this week. I'll just feel lazy. You know what happens when you start quitting things and feeling lazier? You're not going to make progress in life. You're going to be just down here, you know, below average, and you're like, "Oh, why are those people up there? Why are they doing so much?" Because they're pushing themselves. They're not quitting when it gets hard. They're pushing through the effort. They're making progress because they're going through the grind. And you guys need to learn to push through the grind. I don't mean going ridiculously stupid heavy weights and pushing through the grind. I mean, if there's a couple of reps left, or if there's a set you have to do, push through and do it. Whether you hate it, whether you love it. If you hate it, drop down the weights a little bit if you're feeling sore. Just finish through the set. Just don't have the quitting mentality. Don't quit, because if you don't quit now, you're not going to quit in other areas of life. You're going to push yourself harder. Really 3 simple tips, guys, but they're going to get you motivated. They're going to change your mindset. They're going to get you making progress because you're going to be committed. You're going to have that motivation to actually keep pushing. And you're going to be like, "Fuck yeah, I want to make progress. I feel so good at the moment." So just to go over those 3, the first one is all about your gym environment. So if you're the biggest fish in the smallest pond, find another damn pond. Go to another gym. Get someone who's stronger than you. Do whatever you can to surround you with higher people, because higher people also want to bring you up to their level. Number 2 is having someone to keep you accountable, whether it be a personal trainer, whether it be a training buddy, whether it be someone who just sees you there just to make sure you're there and to go, "Yeah, he's training hard, I'm training hard." Get someone there who's going to be able to keep you accountable. And the third thing is all about the mindset. Don't have that quitting mentality. Always try and commit, always try and push through that grind, always try and do that extra rep. Because you know what Arnold used to say? He wouldn't stop counting, Muhammad Ali used to say he would start doing sit-ups, he wouldn't stop counting until it started to burn, right? You need to have that same approach. Don't don't quit on things until it starts to burn, because they're the reps that count. They're the ones that are going to make you progress. They're the ones that are going to get you stronger. So that's the video for today, guys. I hope it was helpful. Make sure you start putting these things into place. If you like the video, make sure to like and subscribe. If you want the 25 tips to get the body you want, click down below. Apart from that, guys, I'll see you in part 5 of it, and see you next time.